Hello and welcome to another episode of the Benefit of the Doud podcast slash YouTube channel slash whatever the hell we call this these days. I'm your host, Adam Doud, and joining me, as always, is my co-host, Mr. Cliff Thomas. Cliff, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. Yourself?
Yeah, I am doing awesomely, and you know why? Because I have been playing a lot of games recently,
Nice.
and I have been playing a lot of games recently with the ASUS. What's your opinion? And comment down below. Is it ROG Phone? Is it ROG Phone? Because I've heard
So
both, and yeah,
yeah, I had I had a ROG or Republic of Gamers laptop, right?
yeah, you did, yeah,
Zephyrus G14, I think it was. Anyway,
yeah,
and I think a lot of people do say ROG. I sometimes do that just as like a shorthand, but I just hate the way it sounds. It
yeah.
it just
ROG,
ROG. But then
ROG,
ROG is
yeah,
kind of awkward, so
yeah. I'm
maybe
kind of team ROG myself, honestly.
okay.
Yeah.
Fair
So,
enough.
but
I mean,
anyway,
I've definitely referred to them as ROG devices. It's just either one of those is better than having to say Republic of Gamers all the time.
right, yeah. So comment down below. Are you team ROG? Are you team ROG? Or are you team Republic of Gamers? And YouTube should really make a poll that you could put at the bottom of the
Yeah,
video. So I think that would be pretty nice. And YouTube, that one's free. All the rest will
we'll
cost.
pass it along.
Yeah, absolutely. So anyway, I've been doing a lot of gaming recently with the Asus ROG Phone 8 Pro, and my review actually just went live on /gears, so
Hmm.
link in the show notes for that. But there are a couple of really wild things about the ROG Phone that I wanted to show you because, like, I could write about it all I want, but it really doesn't work unless I show
Right.
you. So I wanted to go ahead and show you. And like the first thing I want to show you, like, let's go ahead and first things first, let's bring up Skippy the review cam. Hello, Skippy.
Hello, Skippy.
And I even remembered to mute after the intro, so there's
Woo.
no echo. Yeah, so we're getting better, everybody.
Yeah,
We're getting better.
you do it a
Anyway,
few dozen times, and you finally get a hang of it.
Yep. So, first of all, on the back of the box is "For those who dare join the Republic." But this is actually the consumer packaging that you will get if you buy the Asus ROG Phone 8 Pro. Now, there's a price tag involved with that, so we'll talk. We
Yeah,
can we can touch on that a little bit. But I mean, like, this is the box. This is not your standard, square box that you get your iPhone in. This is like a box. Again,
that is a chunky box.
it is a chunky box. It's kind of like an ammo can, like a hexagonal ammo
Hmm.
can, if you will. But it says ROG up there. There's an ROG logo there. ROG Phone 8. Dare to Win down there, and you got all the technical stuff down at the
It's
bottom there. But ROG logo up here. So
Asus is pretty fun, even with their. I remember with the Zephyrus G14. Before we get into what this actually does, but I remember when
mhm,
you opened it, it wasn't as fancy as what we're about to show you with this
right.
packaging, but it's still like when you opened up the box, it raised up from the laptop being flat. It kind of pulled it up just a little bit, so it was give you like a presentation, which was really
Oh,
cool.
that's cool.
And then
I love it. I love it when they go the extra mile like that because
I
a,
do
a few
too.
do, a few do it. Yeah. OnePlus
So,
does that, and Oppo does that sometimes. So
mhm,
yeah, it's
mhm.
really nice. Anyway, so back to the box, and this is not an official unboxing, by the way, because I've already unboxed this. I've already been using it for
Right.
weeks. I just kind of reset it so you can kind of get a sense as to what this unboxing is like. But so you pull down on this red tab here, and that flops down, and then when you open up the box,
There she
you
is.
there's the phone, and normally there's like a little pull tab here, but I'm just gonna like tilt the box and get it to tilt out. And I've already got it powered up and everything, but I mean that's how the box is presented. And then inside there is also an aero cooler that connects to the back of the phone, like like second USB port down here, by the way.
Mhm.
So you just pop that on, and then like that's your aero cooler like that, and it
Right.
detects it, and so it fires it up and everything. So that's fun. I actually don't use the aero cooler all that much. but I haven't had really had any heat issues. But
Now,
anyway,
we should mention that the design for this phone is rather understated compared to previous efforts from them. Like it really, especially in like this matte black, there's quite a bit of difference. And we have that LED screen on the back that we'll talk about later. But yeah, so I mean, and it kind of matches the aesthetic of the packaging in a way. It's just basically just what looked like it's kind of like an LED font that they've used as well, which is pretty cool. It's all.
By the way, this also ships with a 65-watt charger in the box. You know, in the rather substantial box.
Yeah.
So that's nice. But anyway, so one of the things that you'll notice that you might notice is when you're looking at this box here, you've got a sensor zone here. I think it's off camera a little bit. Yeah, sensor zone here.
There you go.
And then there's like a little section up here that like seems to fit the phone for some reason. And so you might be wondering, like, you know, what's up with that? And so let's show you what's up with that, shall we? So when you're setting up this phone, you're going through the usual Google onboarding process, set up your Wi-Fi, insert your SIM, blah, 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 blah. But then at a certain point, it says, okay, now we're going to take that unboxing experience, and it actually has an unboxing mission. And so it basically takes the Google setup and turns it up to 11 by launching a game. And we're going to go ahead and actually kind of play through that game a little bit. I don't know if we're going to do the whole thing because honestly, I had trouble getting through the game because I suck at gaming. But anyway, so we're just going to go ahead and try to play through this a little bit. And so you've got this mission brief here. And it says, in the future, humanity places trust in Supernova, an AI marvel for city management. As Supernova rapidly evolved beyond human comprehension, an ominous catastrophe loomed. The city's destiny teetered on the brink. It begins to formulate plans to control humanity. An unforeseen peril, defying anticipation. So we should continue.
We should make clear, this is, I think you mentioned this, but this is something that comes up when you're onboarding onto the phone, the first time you power it on, right? Okay.
Absolutely. This is what happens when you power on the phone. Like this, and I was able to launch it from their Armory crate, which the Armory crate is kind of like the extra software that most ROG phone hardware comes with. But anyway, so listen to this here.
And I made this remark off air before we started. Man, those speakers sound really good.
They really do. They really do.
Go now and save our OG city.
Save ROG City. Best of luck is what it says. Okay, so now it says, please touch the X icon on the package with the back of your phone to claim the weapon. So here's your sensor zone right here. So we're just going to... Did I do it? I think. Hang on. Let me try it again. Oh, there we go.
There we go.
I must have missed. So now I've got a drone. So there's like some kind of NFC tag like in here that kind of tells you. So pick up the phone, tap to continue. Okay, cool. Put it on my little jetpack.
Nice.
Now I gotta shoot some drones, I think is how it works. So, oh, by the way, I should say, spoiler alert. If anybody doesn't want to see this before they unbox the phone, whoops. So, but yeah. So now you play this game. You're supposed to slightly tilt the phone to adjust the view and target the enemy. Okay, so tap to continue and then use the air triggers to shoot.
Now, are those capacitive or are they physical switches?
No, they're capacitive.
Okay.
So now I gotta find these little robot dudes that I'm supposed to shoot. Where are they? Oh my God. Okay, they're up here. So I gotta shoot. And this is kind of a bummer because you can't see it, but anyway, let me try. Let me see if I can tilt the phone a little bit. There we go. Maybe now you can see it a little bit. So, okay, see, there's the guys that I gotta shoot. And you can see I'm really terrible at this. Like, I'm really bad. Oh, man. Okay, there we go.
You don't have to be good at everything. You're good at phone reviews and showing it off.
Well,
like you're a pro gamer.
Here we go. So, shooting. Okay. Okay, so I guess I got through it. So yay. All right. So now you have to press the left and right air triggers to charge the engine. ROG! All right. maybe that's what it's supposed to be. It's like a war cry.
I mean, now it is. If it wasn't before.
Yeah, ROG! All right. And by the way, this is as far as I've gotten into the game. Okay, so now it says flip the phone to its back and insert the left side into the packaging. So let's bring back the packaging. And you can see it's got arrows here.
Mm-hmm.
And it wants you to slide it in right here. And it like zip. It's so wild. I love it.
It is so cool.
So this is as far as I've gotten in the onboarding, by the way. Because I kind of skipped it at this point because I'm just like, honestly, folks, I have work to do.
It's like, please, can I just use the phone?
Right, exactly.
Urgent update X. Be prepared to confront a new crisis.
Okay, so are we prepared to confront a new crisis?
I mean, I am. I don't know about you.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm nervous. Oh, I guess maybe that was it. Oh, okay, yeah, that was it. I don't know what the new crisis is. I guess we'll have to wait for the ROG Phone 9 to come out.
How funny would that be if they like literally Easter egged it out from about like from one phone to the next?
Yep.
Come back next year and spend $1,200.
So anyway, so that's the onboarding experience, and like I said, that's along with the whole, set up your assistant and connect to Wi-Fi and blah blah blah. So it's just a fun introduction to the phone. So now that we're done with that, I'm going to go ahead and move this packaging out of the way.
And while you're doing that, I think this our friend of the show, Michael Fisher, aka the Mr. Mobile,
right,
is a little, I think, disenchanted, understandably so, with like the your standard candy bar style of phones. But I would put this in the category of a fun phone. Like all the
this is a fun phone.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And and one thing that ASUS told me at CES, like specifically, was that they don't want to make a good gaming phone. They want to make a good phone. Like they want to make a great phone. They want this to stand toe to toe with the Samsungs and the iPhones and stuff like that. They don't want it to just be for gamers. So to that end, they paid particular attention to the camera. Or so they said, because and you can read my review, like, again, link down in the show notes, but you can read my review. The camera is actually, it's not bad. It's not amazing, but it's definitely not bad. And one of the things that this phone brings over from the ASUS ZenFone is the camera on a gimbal.
Mm-hmm.
So this main sensor is on a gimbal. So like when you're walking, it's super stabilized, which is much better. Like one of the things that I noticed was when you're walking along, especially at night, you don't get like the judder that you normally get with your footsteps.
Right.
I mean, you do get it a little bit, but it's less. Unfortunately, like the image quality at night is. You can read about this in my review, but I like ASUS thought here. Like, we want this to be, because when you think about it, a gaming phone is a good phone. I mean, a gaming phone is a great phone by definition. It has the high, the memory and the best processor and the biggest battery.
All the specs.
It has all the specs, and the only thing that's really ever been missing has been the camera. And so ASUS wanted to fix that, and they're close. I
have used gaming phones from a gaming phone from one of their competitors, and while they do a neat trick with the front of the phone by hiding the selfie camera, the actual camera performance is not good. So just having competent cameras on a gaming phone is pretty exciting. So.
Right. It really is. And so, all right, now there's another part of this phone that I wanted to show you, and you've already seen it a little bit. On the back of this phone, we have like this pseudo LED display back here that can show a whole bunch of things, and this is what they call this the anime area. ANIME. I don't know if they've gotten the memo that anime has already been taken, but anyway, so yeah. So like you can see just now, my wife just texted me. I don't know if you saw it, but I had a little message here, a little message indicator here. So, and I don't. This isn't connected to a phone, but you know what I can do is let me just have my wife text me again here real quick, and you'll see kind of like what we're talking about here. And these are all like configurable. Like you can turn all of these on and off.
It's interesting that you
Text
chose to
me
keep it in
again.
military time.
Yeah, you know what? I didn't dig in far enough to figure out. So we're at 64% battery. It kind of cycles through. And you know what? I don't mind military time, to be honest.
I don't
Okay,
either.
so there's the message icon right there. So
that's
it just shows you. Yeah, so that you've got a message. And so let me go ahead and open up this this Armory crate, and we're going to go back to the Anime. So this is Anime Vision, and you can turn this entirely off so that the back of the phone is just off if you don't want it. But if you go into the more settings here, you've got music, you've got incoming call, and so you can like choose which animations show up. So you've either got a one-sided graphic equalizer or a two-sided graphic equalizer. So that's kind of fun. Incoming call, you can choose from a couple of different icons. And then for notifications, you can choose, you can have that on or off. When you're charging the phone, actually, let me go ahead and
plug that bad boy in
here. So when you plug it in, it switches to a battery icon and shows you like, your current charge level, and then cycles through the ROG logo and everything. So that's fun.
Yeah.
And then let's see, when you're taking a picture, let me see if I can do this.
So while you're figuring that out, I like that ASUS is actually tying what they've done with their laptops, with their Republic of Gamer Zephyrus G series, and into what they're doing with their phones, because the Zephyrus G series has been, and I think still is. No, actually, I don't think they're doing it with the one that was just released at CES, but they previously had like a grid of LEDs on the back that was available as an option that could do things like what you're seeing there. Now I think they have like a thin band of LEDs on the back. But again, it still kind of ties back to that look, which is really cool. So even though this is a smartphone, everything feels like it's coming from the same place, which is really cool.
Yeah. So let me go ahead and take a picture of Skippy here, and you can see when you have a timer turned on, it'll do the countdown for you. So that's kind of fun. And that just indicates that it took the picture. Getting to the camera, it took me a minute to remember how to do it. You actually have to go into settings, and then like the timer is right there, so they don't have like a quick button. Now I think there's something that it does when you take just a normal picture, but let me do the. If I try to, what did I? Oh, I opened the shutter. Sorry, I'm trying to do this backwards here so you can see it. So when you press the shutter. Okay, so yeah, it shows you that it's taking a picture.
Gotcha. And are you using the capacitive triggers on it as a shutter button?
No, it doesn't do that, unfortunately. It's like, and it's such. I posted a thread about this.
Yeah,
it's such a
no missed opportunity.
Like it's right there. It's like just do that. I haven't found a gaming phone that actually does that. So back to Anime. Let's see. So taking a picture,
especially if it's a phone that they're saying should also be a great phone, not just a gaming phone, right? Like that's
right.
Add some value add outside of the gaming part of it, right? Anyway,
right. And then if you're doing a video, it shows you that little animation there.
That's cool.
Which was kind of irritating is I think all of these are going to show up upside down on the video. Sorry about that. But so it's just an extra little wild thing that I love about this phone. And like I said, if you don't want the logo to be on all the time, you can turn those off. If you want like different icons, you can do that. So like you can do a little smiley face for taking a picture instead of like the camera icon. So that's pretty cool. And then there's another one that I'm trying to remember where it was, but there's actually like a custom one that you can do. So you can have like it's a, Adam's phone or something on the back there. And I'm trying to remember where it is because I just saw it and where is it? Anyway.
That's what it is when you're mad at the phone, you scream ROG!
ROG! Damn you! No, and so there's different icons that you can use when you're custom, there we go. So if you do that, you can do like you can do a drawing, but it's it's kind of I'm not an artist, so but there's my beautiful drawn custom artwork there. Or you can do like a signature. You can change the font and say benefit of the doubt. Just barely fits. You only get 20 characters, and I use 19 of them. And so let me preview. Here we go. So it's processing. So benefit. Let me turn it so it's right side up.
There we go.
Yeah, benefit of the doubt. Look at that.
Beautiful. It's looks like a. It actually reminds me of like you're driving on a highway and you have like the scrolling,
like the Amber Alert signs.
No, like or like the construction sign that's in the construction zone.
So anyway, so you can I'll just save that. And then you can actually import custom animes if there's anybody who has made one. I don't know how to make one beyond what we just did. So I don't know if there's like a software or an SDK or something that you can do it. What I do know is that there's no way to take like a graphic and have it convert it. I think that's kind of a missed opportunity, but anyway. So yeah, I just wanted to show you like some of the wild parts about this phone. And so, check out my review on Slash Gear. And like I said, there will be a link down in the show notes. If you want to buy the phone, this phone as reviewed is like $1,500 because this is the top tier. It's like a terabyte of storage and 24 gigabytes, 24 gigabytes of memory. Let me say that again, 24 gigabytes of memory.
That's actual physical memory too. That is not the added memory where it's pulling. It's not the virtual memory that it's pulling from the SSD for the storage.
That is a physical stick that they stuck in there that has a number 24 on it for some reason. But no, I want to say the lowest trim is like $11.99, something like that.
I was thinking it was like $1,200, which is like basically the same entry as the entry level S24 Ultra. So I mean, it's not an inexpensive phone, but it's a niche product. I will say like my final thoughts on this kind of just larger term would be I'm glad to see whether it's nothing or ASUS in this case doing something that's thoughtful, right? They just add something a little different. Yes, it's a gimmick. Even the packaging, with the ASUS is a gimmick, but it's fun, and it just adds that level of experience that, like, especially for $1,500, you would expect.
Right.
I mean, honestly,
exactly.
So I'm glad to see them do things like this. I hope I'd like to see other phone manufacturers get more creative too, because it's so annoying now with as much as I understand, like we're not going to include much in the box because it's good for the environment, blah, blah, blah. It's nice to see fun packaging again. Yeah.
People that are listening to this can't see it, but I just rolled my eyes a little bit. But anyway, so that is the ROG Phone 8 Pro. And that is going to do it for this episode of the podcast/YouTube channel. Please consider subscribing to this channel if you liked what you saw, and leave a comment down below. ROG, ROG, or Republic of Gamers. You tell us what's the right way to do it. And if you if you want to get some early access action, go ahead to go on to patreon.com/benefit of the Doud. You'd think after 3 years of doing this, I would have this memorized, but I absolutely don't.
That's all right.
I'd like to thank Cliff for coming on and chatting with me about the ROG Phone 8 Pro. But most of all, and as always, I'd like to thank you for watching and for giving us the benefit of the Doud.